All these shoe names are getting longer, right? Back with the Inov-8 X-TALON 260 V2. So this one I'm pretty excited about because it is right up my street in terms of the type of run that you will be looking to do. I've got Fergie in the back, the dog, ready to go for our run, and you can see this is first week of March. Rain is coming down, it's pretty windy, it's been wet for a few days. We'll be on really wet, muddy ground for about an hour and a half to 2 hours today, which is pretty long for Fergs. But yeah, these are designed for exactly that. I think I've had pretty much every X-TALON that Inov-8 have ever released. So the X-TALONs I've always had in the past have always been really light, around 190 to 210 grams for fast fell running, wet days where you need aggressive grip. These are no different, but they've been built for slightly longer days, or like me, if you've got a slightly aging body. It used to be that I could just run all day in my X-TALON 190s and have a great time, but these days a little bit of cushioning might go a long way. That's why I'm excited to stick them on. That and the lugs, anything that have got lugs like Gorilla's nipples on these, shows you're going to have a good time. Nice and wide toe box, it's rated 4 out of 5 on their width scale. They've got the sticky grip, which are on all the X-TALONs now. They've also got an 8mm drop, so that's heel to toe. And they're really flexible, so I can scrunch this shoe up. I'll just try and put the camera down and show you. So you can bend it through there, twist it nicely. That's what we want, because that tells me it's going to feel really good across the ground. I'm going to have good feedback, but also there's going to be a little bit of extra protection through the midsole. As always with Inov-8, you've just got to take the laces as they come, pretty much. Other brands do better with their laces. Small trade-off, I reckon. The tongue seems a little bit different for me. Short and thin, which, you know, for some people they like. Others maybe not. But yeah, I'm going to take them out for some first impressions with the dog. Lots of steep ups, downs, very muddy. And I will share with you how we get on. So I've had lots of fun so far. We're just over an hour in. Fergie's flagging a bit, which is a bit of a tedious link to the fact that we are now on this part of the trail where big flagstones, which during the winter can be really slippy. I've been down here lots of times. It's part of the Office Dyke trail that leads past my house actually, and it will be, if there's any kind of slippiness, you'll feel it straight away as soon as you hit it. Now there's no ice today, which is a godsend. I don't think the X-TALONs would have dealt with the ice, but I've been across these in various different shoes and you have to kind of take it easy. But yeah, even though there's 8mm lugs, those big gorilla nipples on the bottom of these, there is a good amount of stickiness on those kind of flags. So if you're in a race or you're just running hard and you don't check your stride soon enough, then at least I would have the confidence that I wouldn't be slipping too much. Just enough. Yeah, you might have to slow down, but if I'm honest, I've been really confident on these all the way up. So that's really good. We'll just give Fergie a bit of a chance to catch up. Yeah, she's over 12 years old now, so a bit of a dodgy back leg, just a trot for her. I can honestly say that the shoes are a lot of fun. You can see that I've been on all kinds of terrain, steep up, steep down, very wet mud, wet grass. Deals with pretty much everything. We've just come along about 1 kilometre of road as well on the lanes, and although it's never the best if you've got 8mm lugs feeling wise, they feel nice and soft, the shoes, and that extra little bit of protection in the midsole has been really nice. What I hadn't really thought about, but another bonus, is like yesterday I did a harder session on the roads, very kind of low drop shoes, 4mm, and it was a faster session. So although my legs are fine, my calves, I've got a little bit of an achiness to them, like they know that they did the workout yesterday. And if I was to wear my kind of, what, the 190s, 200, 210s, or whatever the X-TALONs have been in the past, the more aggressive, faster shoe, lighter shoe, then I'd have been okay. But again, these just make me feel like I can go and have fun on an easy recovery run, like today, spend an hour, 2 hours just out with Fergie, and it gives my legs, my calves, the Achilles, the tendons, just a bit more of a chance to recover for the next day. If I'm honest, a lot of the shoes that I've tried recently have been pretty stiff through the midsole, and that works for some people, but for these kind of runs, I really want like the shoe to work with my foot rather than my foot have to work around the shoe, if that makes sense. I've been on these kind of runs recently, and yeah, my feet have just been aching at the end of the run because there's so many twists, turns, traverses, your foot slips, you're running faster, you're running slower, you're hiking, you're running downhill. All that kind of varied movement in the shoe is really important, and yeah, I think that's something that Inov-8 definitely have nailed from the start. Yes, it's pretty specific to the UK, I imagine, because this, I would say, is a fell running shoe. It is probably even more specific, North Wales, Lake District, big parts of Scotland. Would you want to just run around the local woods in them? I mean, you can do. I'm sure they'd be pretty comfy, but yeah, they're for aggressive days out, long days out. And I'm just looking forward to kind of a bigger day in the hills that I can wear them and test them. I'll be wearing them to some of the longer fell races. You can get away with them in the shorter fell races, but again, Inov-8 have already nailed that with the lighter X-TALON. So, as predicted, that was lots of fun. It got me thinking that the X-TALONs that I've got are pretty old now. They're pretty stiff, and underneath the lugs have worn down from probably 6 to 8mm to 2mm, so I'm slipping around a bit, so it's nice. I mean, they've been really durable. Give credit where it's due. I don't know, can't really comment on the durability of these, obviously, but right now I'm really happy with them, looking forward to going on more runs with them. The front feels quite protected against the kind of rocks that shoot up and stuff like that, so that's always nice. I've got some toenails missing on the big toes, so it's nice to have that extra protection. Lots of flexibility in the sole, lots of feedback from the ground, just lots of fun to run in, even though it was just an easy recovery run with Fergie. The grip is obviously specific to fell running, I'd say, but it dealt really well with the flags that we saw. I ran for a kilometre on the tarmac and they were nice and soft, so that's all you can ask. And some downhill rocky parts where the kind of loose stones were dealt really well with as well. The extra bit of kind of cushioning through the midsole, really enjoyed again. Like I touched on, just a bit of extra protection for my aching calves from yesterday. But for longer days now, that's what I'll be enjoying, and I'll save the kind of lighter X-TALONs for shorter fell races or shorter, faster kind of trail runs. So big mountain days, looking forward to them coming now as we go into spring. I'll be taking them out and I will keep you updated as to how the durability goes, and probably an update when we put a lot more kilometres in them. But for now, yeah, really pleased. That's the best shoe I've ran in, honestly, in a long time. Lots of fun, like I said. So hopefully that's kind of giving you an insight to the Inov-8 X-TALON Ultra 260s V2s. Any questions, as always, stick them below, and I will be back soon with another update.